they literally the first whole
Yeah,
the way they got
PJ,
me were
he
like
wrote, he
they
wrote
they
here,
kept
he wrote here, Canadian
uh-huh.
Psycho wrote, nobody has ever said we're going to expose you, being on the payroll. Okay, continue now, PJ.
You're not
No,
worth
bro.
being. Okay, so basically he went on a chat, right? I don't know what live I was on. Somebody welcomed me. And then he went on the chat and he was like, "Good job, PJ. Your payment's gonna come in." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" That's when I started DMing her like, "Bro, please," because like he was going around telling people I was being paid to be places. And I was just like, "I'm not being paid. I don't know anything. I'm just here because I'm lonely. I have nothing right now." So like you guys were warm enough. And then I didn't name, like, I'm sorry, but I didn't name any names. I was just like, you want to, like, they're like, you talk to blasphemers. You're not fit to talk about Islam and the Quran. And I'm like, I'm not fit to talk about Islam and the
PJ,
Quran.
hold that thought right quick,
I'm
PJ.
not
Hold
an
that thought right
ex.
quick. Hold that thought right
Yeah.
quick. Is everybody on this panel, is everybody going to speak? Is everybody active? Okay, Speedy. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Here he is. Canadian Psycho, guys.
Yeah, so I'm the guy who she sent these messages to, right? But here's the funny thing. Let's
But
explain
why
some
do you,
context. Look, she's
bro,
gonna
I don't
melt
even,
down. Look, she's in a panic
okay.
mode already. She doesn't want me to talk.
Because you're harassing me. I already have
No,
enough
nobody's
issues and
harassing you,
you're,
PJ.
bro,
You're
you keep
harassing
coming
yourself.
up.
PJ, one
You
second, PJ.
messaged me
Brother
like
Canadian.
50 times. If
Habibi,
anything,
Akhi,
you
Akhi
harassed
Canadian.
me. Calm down.
Akhi Canadian. She's saying, one second. Akhi, brother Canadian, she's saying there's some stuff going on with like possible litigation and stuff. I don't know if you should speak. I'm not your counsel now. I'm not your lawyer, but I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
it's
I
your
mean,
best
it's
interest to
okay.
speak.
All I've done is just share the messages that she sent me. I don't care, and it's not. You can't.
Oh,
There's nothing legally wrong with me
okay, fair
Okay.
sharing the
enough.
messages you sent me. But let me give some context. So,
Okay.
she's saying that we said we're gonna expose you for being on a payroll. Now, this is what actually happened. So, she was in a live, and the Christians in the comments were saying, "I think she's on a payroll. I think she's an agent," and
Oh
so
my
to
God.
basically push this narrative that basically I was trolling and I said, yes, PJ, you're on a payroll. We're going to send you your next monthly payment. You know, you're doing a good job. We have you on a payroll as a joke.
Yeah.
Then PJ messages me and she says, yes, Achi, this is true. I'm just doing what you're saying, but you exposed me. She was pretending she was actually on a payroll. Nobody would even give you $5 to waste these people's time. We don't care. So I said this as a joke that you're on a payroll. You took it serious and you messaged me and you said, yes, I'm doing what you told me to do. You know, you exposed me essentially for being on a payroll, but all
But
this was a
bro,
joke. I made that up, and
bro, I
you're
know,
such a
but the fact,
pathological liar
no, but the
that you
fact that you,
actually pretended that we have you on a payroll. Nobody's paying
no,
you a
that's
cent
not,
or a dollar to
I
do anything.
know,
We don't
but
care
the
about
fact
you.
that you,
Now, let's
but the
address the
fact that you said
screenshots.
that,
Let's address the
but the
screenshots
fact
that
that
are
you
up
said that,
because
the
those are
fact that you,
screenshots that from me. Those are my screenshots. What did you say here? You said if any of these blasphemers were unalived, I would celebrate the same way that I celebrated when Charlie Kirk was unalived. In the context, because
oh
I
my
have the entire
God.
thing recorded, in the
So I
context,
guess you
these
guys are just,
blasphemers refer to the panels you go up to, like Right Hand of God, like Lumen, like Bacon, all
no,
your other friends, Babylon, for example. These are the people that I was referring to as blasphemers. And what did you say about them? You said if they were to be unalived, you would celebrate the same way you celebrated when Charlie Kirk was unalived.
can you,
You would be
I,
happy. You've been
no, I was
exposed.
just
You're
saying it because
finished.
you, no, because you kept saying that I was on a payroll and that made me really insecure. And I was all like, bro,
That's
just
not
stop.
that's not an excuse, right? Because even in the
Wait,
Bible it says you have one or two witnesses. So
so,
even if he's saying that's what you said, you can't come up here and say I was just saying wasn't just saying nothing.
wait, guys,
I would never
this
never
is
say
what,
that
this
about
is
a
her
Muslim
excuse.
person.
Guys, she just said that because I made a joke about her being on a payroll, this joke caused her to say that she would laugh when you guys get unalived. Does
That's
that
not
follow?
true.
Wait, PJ, what's the
That does
argument
not
for that?
follow.
PJ, what's
The
the argument for
argument
that?
is, I just wanted to tell
Could you
you
please tell me how that follows? How does it follow that if I
because
make
for
a
like
joke, just shut up for a
previous,
second, please. Just be quiet for a second, please.
oh
If
my
I make a
God.
joke that you're on a payroll and you know it's a joke, and then somehow that follows that you end up saying that if they got unalived, you would be happy. Could you please show me the correlation between those two statements? What's the
Yeah,
argument for
so
that?
so for days you and the other like people were like harassing me, right? Why are you going there? You're not qualified to talk about the Quran, so on and so forth. You're talking to blasphemers. You can't talk to blasphemers. And then I was just freaked out. I was all like, great, now someone's actually going to go around
Okay,
telling
PJ,
people
I
I'm
get
being
freaked out in
paid.
life sometimes too. I get freaked out in life, but when I get freaked out, I don't say that I would celebrate if people got unalived. I've never said that I would celebrate if quote unquote my friends were unalived. I've been freaked out about many things in my life. I never never made that statement. So
Okay,
could you show
well,
me the correlation? What's the argument? How does it follow?
I just wanted you to like leave me alone about being on
Okay, wait. So
Blasphemer
you
Live.
wanted me to leave you alone. That's why you messaged me 50 times and you just didn't
50
block me, or you didn't
times?
block anybody else. You know there's a block button, right? Why'd you messaged me
No.
8 times? Look at the screenshots. 1,
No.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's more.
Okay.
So you sent me 6 messages back to back, but you wanted me to stop bothering you about.
But
You could have
guys,
blocked me. You could have blocked anybody.
I mean, I literally thought because you were on the comments, right, and you were saying stuff about the payroll.
Wait,
And the
should I
payroll,
expose you about the payroll? Do you really want me to bring the messages up right now? I
You
swear
don't
to
even
God,
need
if you lie,
you don't even
PJ, I swear to God, if you lie
okay.
anymore, I'm gonna bring up the
Okay,
messages. I
so
swear to
now,
God,
you
I'll
don't
bring
need
them up
to.
right now.
guys,
Canadian,
Bring
Canadian,
them
you
up.
don't need to go
Bring
there
them
for.
up.
You don't
Bring
need to
them
go there
up.
for because
one second,
he already bringing
PJ.
up a valid point.
What happened, Baku?
Sorry, I'm
What were you
saying he don't
saying?
even need to go there for if he want to. He doesn't need to go there for if he wants to. If she wants to, that's up to them. But he's already making valid points.
Look, I don't think you guys understand. So let me just clarify a bit. The point about the payroll, I just want to get this. I just want to clarify this really quick. I joined the live and she was in the live, okay? And the people in the comments were getting tired of her bullshit. They were getting tired that she's playing both sides. So they
I'm
were
not.
saying, just be quiet, PJ. The comments were saying, we think PJ is on a payroll. So I agreed with the comments as a joke. And I said, yes, PJ, we have her on a payroll, guys. She's wasting your time. I was saying these things so
Wow.
you guys would, drop her or whatever, because she just doesn't know what she's
Wow.
talking about. I made the joke
Yeah.
that you're on a payroll. Then what did you do? You're so delusional. You actually thought we have you on a payroll. You messaged me and you said, yes, I'm doing what you said. Yes. Why'd you expose me for being on a
Bro, that
payroll?
wasn't
You're
it.
so delusional. You
I'm
actually
not
believe you're on a
delusional.
payroll.
I
You
don't
are in
believe
fact
I'm on a
delusional, or
payroll,
you're a
guys.
pathological liar. You can pick your poison. You can be
Have you?
delusional or a pathological liar. You messaged me believing we actually have you on a payroll. Who the hell would pay you a cent? What
I
are
Okay,
we
don't
gonna
want to
pay you
be.
for?
Okay,
okay.
so I'm not on a payroll. I will never be on a payroll. I was just really sad. So then I was speaking to people. And then you guys just kept harassing me. Like,
And then
you
you
guys
ended up
literally.
saying you want them to be unalive, then you would celebrate, right? That's what you ended up saying?
So you'd
Yo,
leave me
you know what's
alone.
really
So you'd
funny, guys?
stop going
What's
on the
really
same
funny is
lives as
she
me.
claimed that these things were edited. She claimed these were Photoshop until I screen recorded the entire
Oh,
conversation in a video format. So
Like,
there's no
bro,
possible Photoshop. And now you're
like,
admitting,
okay,
wait,
okay.
PJ, hold up, PJ.
that's
Why should we
fine.
take your word for anything when 2 days ago you said that these photos were fake? You don't know whose account this is. You don't know what's going on. You just kept repeating, I'm scared. I don't know what's happening.
Can you?
And now, wait,
Mr.
you're on the
Strangers will bring
panel
you right
now.
back up.
Now you're saying, what are you saying now? Now you're saying, okay, it's true. I was just saying it so you guys would leave me alone. I'm sorry. I was saying
Yeah,
it for X, Y, and Z reason. So now you're admitting
yeah.
that this is actually a true statement you made. But 2 days ago, you
Right.
said that it was fabricated and it was Photoshop. So we just
Well,
caught you on another lie. That's another
no,
lie
I
that you
really
made.
honestly, because I don't pay attention to your DMs or anything. So I was just like, okay, I need to verify what was written and what was not because, yeah, it was just, I
Okay,
wasn't
wait,
paying
guys. So
attention.
now she's saying that it was just like it was just in the conversation. She wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
PJ, you begged me 5 different times saying no. Please don't show those screenshots.
yeah,
Please don't
yeah,
show those screenshots.
yeah,
Afi,
I
I
know.
love you. Please don't show those screenshots.